Ever wonder why sometimes corporations prefer hiring foreign workers over Canadians? It all comes down to culture. In India, for example, the workplace is more hierarchical. Employees respect authority, follow rules, and avoid confrontation. Many Indians grow up in environments where jobs are scarce and competitive. So when they get a job, they're grateful, loyal, and willing to work hard. Compare that to Canada. Workers here value independence, we question things, we expect work-life balance, and we're not afraid to leave if it's not working out. That's not a bad thing, just different. But to a corporation, a compliant, loyal worker can seem a lot more efficient than someone who pushes back. It has become more about mindset than skills in a workplace. But here's where it gets a little tricky. Part of Canada's constitution states that Canada is founded upon the principles that recognizes the supremacy of God and the rule of law. It also states we prioritize the dignity and worth of the human person and the position of the family in a society of free men. So never let these corporations gaslight you. They are the ones that are wrong, not you. Because let me tell you something. Canadian workers are a lot more empathetic. They're a lot more willing to override things, often based on the customer's personal issues. Canada is not a communist country. It's supposed to be a free country built on independent thinking. But now you're being told to act like a robot and blindly comply, even though it goes against the country's traditional values. Anyways, like and comment. See you guys in the next video.
Brampton Walmart managers hire only by Indian people. What happened with the Canadian employment bylaws?
Walmart, why aren't you guys doing this? Why do you guys always hire foreign workers? No Canadians, even Indian Canadians, you guys do not hire. The whole purpose of the foreign worker thing was if there was an industry where we needed more people to fulfill the jobs, that's how the foreign worker program should have worked. If there was a demand, we have a lot of Canadians working there, but we still need more people. Yes, foreign workers make sense. Not frickin' Walmart, Tim Hortons, McDonald's, Burger King, all these places. Why the heck are you guys doing this? You should hire Canadians first, even Indian Canadians. Canadians that are born here, that are Indian, hire them first, mix it up, okay, have other races there too, and then maybe add a couple of foreign workers if you need it. This is Canada. This is Canada, man. This is Canada. You can't just make every place look like it's India. If you guys want this place to look like India, then go back to India. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about that? Shouldn't they hire more Canadians, like even Indian Canadians, and mix it up with the races so it looks more multicultural? Yeah, we are in Canada. Instead of just freaking hiring foreign workers from India, like all of them are from India.
So, tell me, what's your understanding of customer service?
Sir, I will work hard every day. $8 per hour is fine. I just want to serve people well.
$8 an hour, huh? That's dedication. You're hired. Welcome to Tim Hortons and welcome to Canada.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Glad to have you on the team.
A new study points to the fact that Canadian business owners are just hiring temporary foreign workers because they are cheaper labor and they are more abusable than Canadians. Low-skilled guest workers are willing to work longer hours with fewer absences for less pay than Canadian domestic workers, which means that wages go down for everybody. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of capital is to increase the amount of profit that you, the business owner, have. And if you can hire expendable workers that you can exploit and abuse, why wouldn't you? And one of the main reasons that they're able to get away with this is that they bring in people from countries that have extremely low wages. So they basically say, hey, you want to come here and survive? And that's an awful way to not only operate your business, but run our country. With the study finding that temporary migrants from the 11 largest developing countries earn more than 400% higher wages in Canada than they do back at home. And that the temporary foreign worker program led to lower wages and employment for domestic workers. And while yes, Canada isn't the only country doing this, the Liberals have allowed for so many temporary foreign workers to come in that it's become an extremely unavoidable problem. Because business owners keep complaining that there's not enough workers, but that's totally not true. This is not a left-right issue, it's a top-down issue. We need more jobs and higher wages for Canadians.
Right, family, welcome back to the channel. This is Equestria Commentaries and I'm your host Rafiki, and I hope you are having a great time wherever you are watching this episode from. Now, Canadians are jobless. Canadians are not getting employed in their own country. Canadians are literally struggling to find jobs that some few years ago were literally available for them before this immigration crisis hit Canada. Canadians are not getting hired at all. Actually, the employers in Canada right now prefer to hire foreign workers, immigrants, Indians and international students, because these foreign workers, they are offering cheap labor with very low wages. They are willing to work extra hours, and they are willing to get controlled. If you go anywhere within Canada, you realize that majority of the employees who are working at these low-paying jobs are these immigrants, foreigners, Indians, international students, and any other person who is not Canadian. And this is literally frustrating the Canadians right now, because employers right now, they prefer to hire these foreigners, these international students, and these immigrants, these foreign workers. They prefer foreign labor than to hire Canadians, because they know Canadians can't allow to be paid low wages. And these foreign workers, these international students, well, they are willing to work at half the amount that they should be paid, actually. And in this video, let's watch Canadians' frustrations on this job crisis. It is becoming a pandemic to them. They are not getting employed, and employees in Canada right now prefer to hire these foreign workers. Let's watch these videos together, guys. Remember to subscribe, and let's keep watching together. Then we shall be sharing our opinions at the end.
Your very own Canadian coffee house, Tim Hortons, betrayed us all. They betrayed Canada, Canadians, and more specifically, white Canadians. This was reported by the CBC News yesterday. It reads, Tim Hortons lobbied MPs for more temporary foreign workers over the last 18 months. Here's the deal. Tim Hortons goes ahead and lobbies with a bunch of Liberal MPs in order to bring in more temporary foreign workers into the country, and in order to keep them longer in the country. Right? Why? Because they want to make a few more $1 million per year, because they pay way less to these temporary foreign workers, right? These liberal globalist companies, Tim Hortons being one of them, they don't give a flying damn about Canada and Canadians, all right? They sell us all out like that. The only thing they care about is their own pockets. Now, take a guess, take a wild guess what nationality most of these temporary foreign workers are. Just take a wild guess. You guessed it, India. So next time you go to a Tim Hortons in order to grab your coffee, and an Indian barista gives you your coffee, just remember that Tim Hortons and our liberal government are all in on it. They all betray us left and right. They don't give a damn about us. They don't give a damn about our country. They only care about their own pockets. That's a shame, Tim Hortons. That's a huge shame for you. So one thing I want you all to do is to go ahead on Google Map. Just Google any random Tim Hortons, and just leave a review, a 1-star review for them. Let them know that they betrayed us, betrayed the country, betrayed Canadians. What a shame. Guys, make sure to hit the follow button, like, and share for more.
Oh, Randy, man, I don't know why you don't get this, man. I am Punjabi. Why do you think that? Why do you think I'm not Punjabi? Why do you think that? Did you know the purpose of the foreign workers was if there was a job where we have a lot of Canadians, but there is still so much demand for that job, we can fill it up with some foreign workers to make sure that that industry does well. Why do Tim Hortons do that? Why do they hire only foreign workers? I rarely see any Canadians at friggin' Tim Hortons. And all I'm saying is mix it up. Actually, primarily, Canadian workers should have, dibs on this stuff. But it looks like they don't have dibs. Foreign workers have dibs. International students have dibs. I'm saying mix it up. Have more Canadian workers and foreign workers, but still mix it up a little bit. But you are just saying, make sure they're all foreign workers and international students and Punjabis only. This is bloody Canada, man. Stop being a freaking India dude. If you want to be more like India, just want to see India everywhere, just go back to India, man. Why are you here? Anyway, let me know in the comments below. What do you all think about that? What do you think about this guy? And, this guy doesn't want Punjabis working at only Tim Hortons, but I'm saying mix it up a little bit. And I should also add this. The Canadian Punjabis, the Indians that are born in Canada, can't even get these bloody jobs. It's only the foreign worker Indian people that are getting the jobs. I just want to make that clear, because I rarely see Canadian Indians that are Canadian, that are born here, get those jobs.
The kids today they're struggling. The 20-year-olds, there's no jobs for them out there.
Who gets all the jobs?
The migrants. The companies get to hire the migrants. When they hire them, they pay them less. Okay, and also they could get kickbacks from the government. I own a convenience store, for instance. I hire you, you're from India. Then I get an MLRI, I get to hire you, and basically what happens is I pay you $20 an hour. The government every 3 months gives me a 30% kickback. I was in Prince George, my hometown. The people at the movie theater, the lady was telling me she doesn't want to work here anymore because everyone she works with is Indian and they all speak Punjab. So she goes to work. She's a Canadian kid that grew up in a small conservative town that can't work in a place because no one that she works with actually speaks English, because they come here and they don't speak English either. If you were that person that owned the movie theater and your cost of doing business were, 30% went straight into just hiring the kids, hiring employees. Now, if that 30% now to pay 60% of that 30% because you got that all back, you're going to make more money. So what do people do? They take care of themselves and their family. So they will hire those people because their family is going to get rewarded as a result.
Timmies want more immigrants. They've been asking the government to allow them to hire more foreign workers for the last year and a half. While the youth unemployment rate sits at around 14%, we're led to believe that young people just don't want to work. And I'm sure we can all agree the real reason is immigrants are taking the jobs. But it's not always their fault. Yes, there's way too many temporary workers in the country, I'll say this right now. But think about it, they need to work in order to avoid facing deportation. That means they'll take literally any job they can get. Plus, anything is better than what they had at home. Higher pays, better working conditions. They're also a dream for companies. Low-skilled labor requires hardly any training. They'll never ask for a raise, they'll never complain, and they'll work longer hours. They know that if they quit or get fired, they face deportation. I said not always their fault, because some of them who own businesses will only hire people from their own countries, and that's a problem. But the rest are just playing the system. Hate the government, not the people.
Hey, Tim Hortons from Oak Bank, Manitoba. This is the guy that was trying to get the job at your place, but your Punjabi managers did not hire him and his friend that had experience at Tim Hortons. Instead, the Punjabi manager, even though this guy is Punjabi, hires an international student that does not speak English. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this nonsense that's happening at Tim Hortons and other fast food places? Tim Hortons, I know you're not truly Canadian anymore because some American company bought you, or some, South American company. I don't remember which one exactly. You're no longer Canadian. So this is why you do not, like Canadians, clearly. You're all about international students or foreign workers, not Canadians, Tim Hortons. This is why we should boycott Tim Hortons, because they are useless.
I can already imagine what would happen if I did this. If I posted up a job posting that said this: work permit status with Canada from India will be preferred. This is for a staff accountant position. They're no longer hiding it. The languages: English, Punjabi, Hindi, required. What do you think would happen to me if I said work permit status with Canada? You have to be from England, and I'll give a preference to those people who are from England, or from Italy, or from Spain. And I made that language a requirement. My friends, the rumors are true, and it's no longer being hidden. Reverse racism is racism.
This really pissed me off, and it's probably going to piss you off too. A Subway restaurant in Ontario is trying to hire a temporary foreign worker to fill out their assistant management role, paying the person $37 an hour for 35 hours of work per week. And they've submitted a labor market impact assessment to prove that they need to hire a temporary foreign worker as opposed to a domestic Canadian. This is a blatant abuse of the system. You're telling me you could not find an Ontario citizen who was not qualified and willing to get $37 an hour for that job? Bullshit. Education requirement, college, experience, 7 months to less than a year. You're telling me you have to hire a temporary foreign worker for that position. For these responsibilities, you have to hire a temporary foreign worker at this hourly rate. That's $67,000 a year. That's higher than the median income of Ontario. And yeah, Campbellford, Ontario is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's not in a highly populated area. But you're telling me there was nobody that was within like an hour drive of here that was qualified and willing to work that job? This is why so many Canadians are getting upset about immigration and temporary foreign workers. These corporations are abusing this system and taking jobs away from people in Canada who would be willing to work those jobs. But when this system gets abused, when the government allows for it to be abused, when corporations abuse these programs, that creates unnecessary tensions in our society, taking away jobs from Canadians who would be willing to work that work, and also making people feel as though they themselves are less valuable. Somehow there was nobody in the area who could possibly work that job. So you have to bring somebody in from a different country who's not even a citizen here, not even an immigrant here, not even a domestic-born Canadian here. You have to bring somebody else in to work this job. This well-paying, good job. This is absolutely insane. I just don't understand.
Your father also took someone's job when he came to Canada from India. Blah, blah, blah. Blue, blue, blue. Here's a bloody difference though. Use your brain, okay? Use your head a little bit, okay? My father wasn't subsidized by the government to hire international students. This comment actually was from that international students video that they're taking Canadian jobs. Not to mention, here's a fraud that's happening. So these international students' families are paying these managers to get these students in. It's all over the place. Go do some research, man. Do some research before you make a bloody comment like this from the past immigrants that had to work their butts off to get the bloody jobs. So no, he didn't take jobs. He actually got himself a job properly through proper interviews without getting subsidized by the bloody government, okay? Anyway, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this guy? You know, what do you think about this?
The worst things that the Canadian government has done over the course of the last 10, 15 years is the fact that they've allowed for all of the low-skilled jobs that would usually be taken by teenagers to be taken by temporary foreign workers. Unemployment in Canada is at the highest that it's been in decades. Part of the reason is because the Canadian government has allowed for corporations to bring people in to work for incredibly low amounts of money who they can essentially use and abuse. Although that's wrong on so many levels, one of the reasons why it's wrong is because we're robbing kids of the ability to make money and build memories and learn something. I worked low-skilled jobs as a teenager and a young adult. I worked at Tim Hortons like everybody else, and yeah, it sucked. I hated it, but it helped my family make ends meet as my mom was, trying to raise 3 kids on her own. It taught me the valuable lesson of hard work, and I gained a lot of great memories and friends. This is something that's being robbed from this generation. Although I don't blame the immigrants who come here for a better life, I do blame the government and corporations who are robbing our youth of these things.
Personally, we've been saying this on this channel, and I'm gonna say it again. I believe that a country must serve its own people first. A country must consider putting its own people first, because without the people of the country, there is no country. But now, Canada is becoming that country that prefer foreigners, immigrants, international students, Indians, than the Canadians themselves. Canada should put Canadians first at everything literally that happens in Canada, because the power belongs to the people. But when Canadians keep on complaining that these Indians are taking our jobs, they can't go for job interviews and get a job because these employers knows very well that the same job that I should give a Canadian, the Canadian will be so much expensive. Let me give the same job to an international students. Let me give that job to foreign labor, foreign workers. We are seeing these workers everywhere, on the airport, cleaning jobs, watchmen, Uber drivers, truck drivers, delivery guys, taxi drivers, cleaners. We are seeing chefs. We are also now seeing even professional employees who are foreigners. The jobs that are supposed to be offered to these Canadians, they are offered to these foreign workers. And unfortunately, this is also affecting the Gen Zs right now, the young generations in Canada. This generation can't get jobs that will make them feel like they are being useful. Yeah, they can't apply for these jobs and get. Canadians right now, if there is a job interview, if a public announcement is there that there will be a job interview, the first 1,000 people to apply for that job will be foreign workers, will be Indians, will be immigrants. They will wake up very early in the morning and line for this job, denying the Canadians the opportunity to access these jobs. Canadians are not getting employed. They are applying for LinkedIn accounts. They are sending multiple emails, but they are not getting hired. Why? Because Shockingly, nowadays, one of the most qualifications you need on your CV is be a foreigner, be an immigrant, be an Indian, know how to speak Punjabi, know how to speak another foreign language. For you to work at Tim Hortons, well, this was a job that some years back, this was jobs that teenagers and students who are leaving school before they get actual work, these were jobs that the Canadians used to do before they could get employed and get jobs that they've gone for school. But right now, these jobs, these teenagers, these young Canadians can't get these jobs because these immigrants are taking over the jobs. The Indians are taking over the jobs. The foreign workers are taking over the jobs. And actually, the government isn't doing something about it. So, in short, what I'm trying to say is that if the government really considers it people, then it should solve this immigration crisis. That will also help to open loopholes for Canadians to get employed. At least put a policy that for you to hire employees, you need to hire 50% should be Canadians. Because what are we doing if you are not keeping Canadians first? Canada needs to come first. That's all I'm trying to say. And what do you think, guys? Because this discussion will continue going on until we see the government doing something. In the meantime, remember to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out in our next hot episodes. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next. And tell me what you think in the comment section, guys.